Hey, what's up everybody, it's Skid. Now it's been a hot minute since I've told a story in a video, so that's what I'm gonna do here today. So, bust out those marshmallows, pop a squat by the campfire, and get ready to admire a story that will make your ass perspire. The game players thing in the background is Star Wars Yoda shit too, so let's do this. So this happened a few years back at the place I work. Now the place I work is kind of like a cross between a Costco and a local farmer's market, but that shit might as well be the Tower of Babel, because I have dealt with the most incompetent, stupid pieces of work that humanity has ever produced. Never before have I ever questioned the value and worth of mankind as I have while working in this place. I've had people come up to me and argue with me on the most basic, fundamental shit that every single living being in this universe is born with. Nothing short of people just walking up to me and trying to convince me that they can force shit out of their fingertips just to have an excuse to argue with me. And I'm working in this place and I'm supposed to be shutting the store down for the night. And I've only got one other guy to help me close the whole thing down. He's one of those Robbie the Redneck type guys, one of those weekend warriors, one of those Copenhagen commandos. You know, the kind of dude that likes to wear cowboy boots even though he stocks shelves for a living so he can feel like a modern day Wyatt Earp. You know, one of those kind of guys. So I'm just sitting up in the front of the store massaging my nipples because we weren't exactly burning the barn down, it wasn't exactly very busy. So I'm just up in the front cadoodling myself when Robbie comes out of nowhere screaming at me, "Holy shit dude, the paper towel aisle is on fire, you need to come over here immediately." I'm like, yeah, okay, that's really funny. Because that sounds like some lame joke we would tell each other, like, "Oh, holy shit, watch out, the back of the store is on fire, better get all the customers out here, ah ha ha, ho ho." He's like, "No dude, I'm serious, you need to come see this immediately." So I'm like, yeah, okay. So I humor it and I walk to the back of the store with him. And so I turn onto the paper towel aisle with Robbie, and someone has turned a pallet of Charmin ass paper into a bonfire. This shit's like a raging inferno, almost reaching the ceiling. I have no clue how the sprinklers haven't gone off or no one told me about it sooner. So I'm like, holy shit, this is serious. So I send Robbie to go get me a fire extinguisher. I'm just trying to keep people away from the aisle. I'm just trying to keep people away from this fucking hellish inferno on the paper towel aisle. And as I'm trying to keep people away, some old man confronts me. He walks up to me and he's like,
"Well, there's Sonny. I see there's a raging inferno on the aisle, but I've got to get me some of that Bounty Basic. It's 4 for $5 this week."
and I'm like, fuck off, you dilapidated sack of scrotum. There's a fucking inferno here. And the old man, like, argues with me on this shit.
"Well, I'll have you know I survived the fire of '84, and
I'm like, I don't give a shit what you did earlier in your life. Right now, in this store that I'm in right now, you're not fucking walking on this aisle. Get your wrinkly fucking back sack out of here." And so I run the old man off with, like, a fucking broom or some shit. And he runs away. And finally, Robbie brings me back the fire extinguisher. I would have thought he was trying to find the end of the rainbow or something like that. And so he brings me the shit back. And I'm like, okay, alright, put it out. I'm gonna go pull a fire alarm, evacuate the store. Just take care of this as you can. And he looks at me, Robbie the Redneck, this outdoorsy, tough, manly man, modern day cowboy ass looking dude. And he looks at me straight in the face and goes, "Well, I don't know how to use a fire extinguisher." And I'm just like, you don't know how to do what? You don't know how to fucking use a fire extinguisher? And so I'm like, give me that shit. And so I get the fire extinguisher from him. And I tell him to go pull the fire alarm and start getting people out of here. So he takes off. I fucking rip the fucking pin out of the fire extinguisher and start spraying that shit down. I give that shit the bukkake bomb. And I put out the fire all by myself before the fire department even gets there. And I get up there and I'm expecting like a Medal of Honor. Like, I'm gonna get some fucking rewards. I'm gonna be in the paper. I'll be on the news. I put out a whole fire myself and everything. And the firefighters come up to me, the fire marshal's there, and he's like, "Well, son, you should have evacuated the store first." I'm like, fuck you. I could put out a fire myself and would have went to get the fire alarm if I could have, but I was trying to put out. I was having to be a rescue ranger out here putting out fires because my redneck coworker didn't know how to use a fire extinguisher. And so, all told, I lost most of my faith in humanity because the old man trying to shop as like hell's portal has opened on the paper towel aisle, just trying to walk past and get him some Bounty Basic, and my rootin' tootin' tough cowboy buddy there not knowing how to use the fire extinguisher or anything. It was not a pleasant experience. It would have been scary for any human being of any age, and it was really, really fun. But yeah, that's it for this video. See ya.